tournament in the Crane pool. This is going to be the host Crane Pirates taking on the Hartville Eagles. Hartville coming off a 15-0 loss, or rather 15-0 win against Spokane. Adam Smith's going to join you guys. Coach Brian Harmon, whose number was retired, his big number 0 was retired into the Crane Hall of Fame, as well as Coach Bob Conrad. We might even have the former head coach of the Hartville Eagles, Coach Clint Horn, join us as well. Adam Smith once again joining you guys here on the Ozark Sports Report YouTube channel. Crane will be leading off, will be batting first tonight. We'll be just getting ready to be set. We'll be getting ready to get set and going. Here we go with the first batter of the game, Logan Vaught. Leading off the top of the first inning for the Pirates, right fielder, number 1, Logan Vaught. Logan Vaught will come in to get things going here in the top of the first inning. Pirates are hitting first. They're the road team. Pitch, ball gets away, and it is ball 1. Hartville's pitcher is Jalen Cryer.
Hey, Coach Clay's going to turn the walk-ups a little bit.
Two 2-0 the count to Logan Vaught. Scoreboard's off. Apparently, Pirates are in the third base dugout, Hartville in the first base dugout. The pitch swung in a little chopper to the third baseman. He throws to first, and there's out number 1. Quickly and quietly sends in Jake Murray to the plate. First baseman, number 21, Jake Murray. Ground out 5-3 on the ground out. Jake Murray, the batter. So Murray gets out, and then we'll send in Blake Evans to the plate. Pitcher number 23, Blake Evans. So Blake Evans will be the man to dig in. Final hope here in the top of the first inning. Hit the other hit to the shortstop, and that's how the top of the first inning will come to a close. Pirates are going to take the field. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is no score between Hartville and Crane. Dakota Stigall will lead off the bottom of the first inning. No score between Hartville and Crane. Hartville coming off a 15-0 win against Spokane. Joined by two former coaches, former head coach of the Crane Pirates, Coach Brian Harmon, and the former head coach of the Hartville Eagles, Coach Clint Horn.
One of them's former because he's old. The other one's still a young man.
0-1 the count to Stiggles. He swings and hits that one high in the air. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So Stiggles is going to be on for an RBI for a single. It's going to send in Grant Culver to the plate. Left fielder number 15, Grant Culver. Got in the air on that pitch. He was able to make the third baseman Howard chase into the outfield grass. And is that something you guys want to start off with when you were coaching this Hartville team?
Oh yeah, anytime you get on base. We've been fortunate the last several years there to be extremely athletic, and I would say you're going to see Dakota taking off here pretty early in this count. Singles turn into doubles real quick, so I don't care how you get on, just find a way.
Just find a way. So actually on it was last week, they brought out some new changes and some new rules in Major League Baseball. It was one regarding the pitch clock, bigger bases, and the shift. So if I can get to you guys' opinions and what they are and what they are going to be meaning for next year.
Well, as far as the pitch clock goes, look, I may be old school on this, but how the ball gets away there, he's going to move up. But I'm old school. I'm a guy, when I go to a game, I hope it goes into 19 extra innings and you get to stay there. I mean, I guess for the new fans, but I want to see as much baseball as I can. So I don't particularly like it. I understand it, I guess, but I wish they would just leave it alone.
I would agree with that. They trying to get new fans instead of taking care of the ones they have that are the true fans. And if you go to a baseball game, you don't care how long it is. Maybe if you're watching on TV, you might want to be a little quicker. But in my opinion, the way to get games quicker on TV is to sell fewer commercials and have shorter time between innings, and that's never going to happen.
Yep.
Of course, some other ones, bigger bases, and the ban of they're banning the shift is what I heard.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that either. I think hitters should learn to hit around the shift or whatever you call it. But once again, hitters are stubborn and in the major leagues. And in my opinion, we work hard to make high school hitters well-rounded hitters that hit the ball the other way, and a lot of the big leaguers don't do that.
There aren't a lot of hits that go the opposite way. Coach Horn, is that what also you preach, is to hit it the other way?
Yeah, that was actually our philosophy. I say the other way. I taught all of my hitters we want to hit the ball to right center field. That was our approach. We're trying to hit behind runners and move people up. And high school kids aren't always going to do that, but we worked looking for that pitch middle of the way nonstop. And we just tried to hit the right center field gap with lefties and righties. So
if you can teach good hitters, or if you can teach hitters to do that, the good hitters are going to get pitched away more than they're going to get pitched in anyway. And if they can punish you away, then it makes them that much better of a hitter.
2-1 the count.
High school game.
As he swings and taps that one foul, being a little aggressive. And what is from? So you guys were at the game before this one. That was between Spokane and Hartville. What were some pluses and negatives that you guys saw from both teams?
Hartville just did Hartville things. I've seen enough of it over the years. They put the ball in play and run the bases well, and just take advantage of mistakes by the other team. And every mistake Spokane made, I feel like Hartville took advantage of, and that's what the good teams do.
Batting third baseman, number 25, Gus Sinning.
I haven't got to see Spokane in a couple of years, but this Hartville group is young. Graduated a lot last year from a district championship team, but we're starting, I think he's playing 4 freshmen and starting 2 or 3 of them every night, and they're coming along. Well, they've had some growing pains already, but Coach Welsh is trying to keep that philosophy of we're going to try to make you beat yourself. Try to push people on the bases and throw strikes. The pitching's not as dominant as Hartville has had in the past, but if you put guys on base, you can put up 15 runs. You're not going to lose many of those.
No, you're not. Even if it's going to be, if it's 16-15 or if it's 15-14, you know, that's going to be something that that you're going to win games. But very, very seldom that you lose games if you score 15 runs. Which, I mean, I'm sure it has happened here in the state of Missouri, of course, anywhere in the whole United States when it comes to high school baseball. 2-0 to count right now, nobody out with runners at second and third. So Hartville already has runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the first inning. And so this is, I believe, Hartville's fourth year, I believe, in the Crane tournament. And Coach Harmon,
It's the fifth. Isn't it?
I think it's fifth.
it sounds like the fifth year.
Crane the first 2 years, and then we couldn't get to the semifinal round. Finally got over the hump 2 years ago, and no, it's a great tournament. We enjoy coming down here, and a lot of fun seeing some different teams, good coaching, and it's always good to hang out with you, Adam.
Walk loads the bases for Hartville. Now sends up the batter in Colton Cogdill, the cleanup man for the Eagles. Batting fourth, catcher number 17, Colton Cogdill.
Now, Adam, I'm sure you have already done this, but have you informed the viewers of who the reigning Crane Wood Bat Tournament champions are?
I believe that's Hartville.
That is Hartville.
Hartville is
I
the
went out
reigning
on top.
champs.
I decided after I finally got to win it once, I had to retire and get out of the game.
Well, if I'd have known that's what it took, I'd have let you win it sooner.
I'm pretty sure, was it Conway you beat last year, wasn't it?
No, it was Morrisville.
Morrisville.
The year before that, we came over here in the championship game. Coach Harmon put it on us. One of the worst beatings I took as a high school coach. It's one of those nights nothing you could do. And the Crane Pirates, if they could have done that every game, they would have went undefeated that year. I mean, they played really good baseball. But had a lot of good battles over here the last 5 years.
It's been fun.
Not only has it been here, it's also been in Hartville. I'm pretty sure you guys had to go to Joplin last year for that Purdy tournament that Coach Hughes has, where 1-1 the count currently. So you guys have had to go to I believe Joplin, and you guys have had to play Crane here as opposed to for the pool play of the Purdy tournament. So you guys have been in that Purdy tournament for, I believe, many years. Crane, this is their second year that they.
This is also
That
last
they
year was our
came-
second year.
came
This
in
is
at the
our
same
third.
time, yeah.
So both you guys come in the second time.
Even played each other at US Ballpark one time.
Of course, that was actually the start of the season after the lost season in 2020.
Neither one of us want to talk about that lost season. We were both set up pretty good that year to make a deep run. Not that we would have done it necessarily, but we felt we had the confidence. We had the teams that could do it.
The legend grows every year, doesn't it?
That's right. That team gets better and better.
I hear that from a lot of different schools too.
Yeah. A lot of schools think they would have been Final Four schools, but I think Crane and
No, it was
Hartville
sad
might.
that year. There was so many good, in the area the baseball was so strong that year.
Goes down on strikes.
Just
Now
a
sends
shame
in the
that we
batter
lost that.
in Peyton Cogdill with bases loaded and 1 out.
Yeah, I think that year you might have
Batting
seen.
fifth, first baseman number 8, Peyton Cogdill.
I think there was a chance you could have seen several Southwest Missouri teams represented the state playoffs and even the Final Four.
Agreed.
It was just so deep.
Exactly. Fly ball, center field. Who's going to get it? The center fielder has it. There goes the throw into the infield, but it's going to be late, and it's going to be 1-0 Hartville here in the bottom of the first inning. So a good job on both parts. You got the out, and you got the score in the run.
Big spot here for Evans. If he can get out of this, anytime you load the bases with nobody out, if you can escape with 1 run,
Designated hitter number 35, Gavin Stingel.
gotta execute pitches to make that happen.
Definitely have to execute pitches, especially when you're down 1-0. It's just 1 run. If you're, you guys have been down 1-0, I believe, a bunch of times. What have you guys told your players when you're down 1-0 and you want to go and you're going back into the dugout?
Look, for Crane here, if they get out of this and it's only 1-0, it's like they put up a 10 spot this city. I mean, it's a huge momentum shift. And I think what you're seeing here, you got a pitcher battling on the mound that Young last year took some lumps, Crane, and now you're starting to see all those extra varsity games coming into play. Even if he gives up a hit here against the next guy out, last year this inning would have, could have turned into 5, 6, 7, 8 runs for them. And I think you're already seeing the maturity of just getting these young guys a lot of playing time at the varsity level last year that they're obviously learning from with the success they've already had to start this season.
Already 4 wins for this Pirates team, and that's a huge improvement after just 2 wins, 2 and 44 combined last year for this Pirates team. Unfortunately, I had to break that out. But
Not telling me anything I don't already know.
There is some maturity that has happened for this this Pirates team.
Anytime you got 6 freshmen on the field, you're going to struggle, but that's going to pay off. Those freshmen are now sophomores, and they've got, like you said, 46 games under their belt coming into this year. A lot of them played a lot of varsity last year.
Well,
Strike says
and even Hartville in this spot right here, they're first and second. You got a first-year varsity player, he's a sophomore at the plate. No matter if this goes good or bad, this is a big learning experience for him, in a 1-0 game.
of course in a 1-0 game, and I could tell that is something that you could show with Crane growing up. Evans thought it was going to be strike 3, now it's going to be ball 4. So.
Well, he knows because I've told him, as I've told.
21, 27. Second baseman number 27, Evan McDarris.
That pitch right there was a classic example of if you've been around the plate, that's probably called a strike. If you've been all over the place, it's probably called a ball. And you kind of make your own bed there. If you have early control problems, that's going to carry over into the borderline pitches. And I do
corner.
think that was a ball as well. But
Inside corner on McDarris. 1 ball, no strikes with bases loaded, and so this could be a huge jam if Evans can get out of this inning with just 1 run scored, and that can limit the damage. Good pitch, right on the inside part of the plate.
inside part of the batter's box, maybe. We'll take it.
Yes, you will. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. So yes, both these 2 coaches from their respective schools have been in this Crane Fall Woodbat Tournament Championship game. Now, Coach Harmon, you guys have had this tournament going on for about 14 years.
14 years.
And how many times have you been in the tournament championship?
Only 2 times. We've been in the 3rd place game a lot of times. It's such a loaded tournament. Even our best
Strike
teams.
3 as that ends the bottom half of the 1st inning. Evans just gets out of a bases loaded jam. We head on to the top of the 2nd inning. Pirates coming back up to bat. They trail it 1-0. One nothing our score between Hartville and Crane as Howard swings and hits that one. That's going to be all the way to the wall. And Howard's going to be on for a leadoff double.
Howard continues to swing a hot bat. Freshman in the lineup. And right back
Center fielder, number 28, Seth Malstead. Seth Malstead digs in here in the top of the second inning of play between Crane and Hartville.
So remember, true, Crane's getting a new baseball field.
We have passed a bond for, we bought 52 acres over by the school. We passed a bond for a new track. Once that's complete, we'll adjust our bond capacity and run again for a baseball, softball. 2 fields, not combo, but 2
So you
fields.
don't have to worry about the river flooding.
Won't have to worry about water cover. It's not in a floodplain.
It's definitely going to be good if they do get that passed, because they can move out of this field. Even though this place is beautiful, it is beautiful.
Great. There's a lot of nostalgia here for me and Coach Conrad. Just,
but it would save a lot of rainouts. I don't know if the new field's going to be turf. If the new fields are going to be turf or not. What's going to happen with this field?
the way I understand, we're going to price everything at, top notch, and then if we have to do cutbacks, we could go from turf to dirt, but dirt and grass. But
3-0 and a walk is issued for
turf is
Malstead.
ideal, of course.
That will bring up the batter in Joey Thompson to the plate. Second baseman, number 33, Joey Thompson. So Joey Thompson digs into the plate for the Crane Pirates, batting in the 6th position. And so the benefits of the new field, I don't know if it's going to have the same name or not.
I doubt it. Tootie Parsons' name that's actually the gentleman who built this field. Pretty much the legend is back in the 40s, he would drive his pickup down Main Street honking the horn, and when his pickup was full of people, they'd come down here and work on the field and build it. I don't remember the days, but it once faced a different way. The home plate was down where the left field corner is now. And I do remember the days of it facing this way, and it had a 12-foot high metal fence. It wasn't quite as deep in center field as it is now. I barely remember those days.
No, it's not. And so yeah, one of the benefits is it's going to save a lot of rainouts, especially with the field being not too far away from the creek.
Yeah.
That bridge that carries the main highway right through Crane. It goes right over Crane Creek, so that's definitely going to save a bunch of rainouts.
I know a couple of guys that would be okay with it moving, and they can be the only guys to ever hit a ball in the game in Crane Creek.
And who are those? That one's going to be hit foul.
In a game, the last one to do it was John Jenkins back in early 90s. John had 13 home runs his senior year, tied for a record.
2-2. Outside makes it now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And so you've had Joey for a long time as a bat boy and your last year as a player. So what have you seen from him?
Joey's one of those kids that when we got him as a bat boy, he knew nothing about baseball, and he learned, he paid attention, and it's just nice to see guys step.
Shortstop number 17, Parker Jones.
You look on the corners now and see Howard and Thompson, and they've been with us since about 3rd grade, and they walk out here as freshmen and they know how practice goes, and know the drills.
And they're basically a part of practice when they're bat boys.
They are.
Dribbler goes home, gets the out there for the force out, and that will send in the batter in Jeffrey Bain to the plate. Designated hitter, number 35, Jeffrey Bain.
So it's the Hartville pitcher, Coach.
He's a junior. They're the right fielder, shortstop, and third baseman are all freshmen. Another freshman broke his foot playing basketball Sunday. That was their 4th guy, so pretty young. Only 3 seniors on this team.
3 seniors, 4 freshmen. You said 2 sophomores as well, and I don't think you just mentioned any juniors. Is that correct?
No, we got 2 juniors and 1 sophomore there.
2 juniors and 1 sophomore. And with you guys are a Class 3 school.
And actually, I think this year, with the enrollment we turn in, I really believe we'll go back to Class 2 for at least a year.
Wow.
Now, is there any word that you guys might lose fall baseball and maybe go to football?
No.
No?
Yeah, ties it up. No four.
Ties up the ball game. Ball 4 looks like we see head coach. Either it's head coach Brady Welsh or assistant coach Jace Keith go out to talk things over with his starting pitcher. Crane snapping right back and plating 1 run, making it a tie ball game, 1-1. So is this whenever, if you've given up the lead, is this whenever you would go out and calm your pitcher down?
Yeah, I mean, they're in the exact same spot Crane was last time. You got to go out there and just tell your guy you believe him. The good thing about this tournament is you got to win 4 games.
Left fielder number 12, Connor Angel.
You've got to win 4 games in a 4-day span, and that's not easy at the small school level to have those arms. So you've got to have a couple guys usually step up early in this tournament to get you through to put you in a position to win this, save your top arms for the semifinals and the championship game. And I think this kid is probably the number 3 on the mound right now for Hartville. And this is obviously a big game, and can't get to tomorrow if you don't win this one.
No, you cannot. So this game is crucial.
This is actually shaping up to be a typical Hartville Crane game. It was either going to be like a 2-1 game, or it's going to be like 15-14, and this one's got the makings of being a high-scoring slugfest real quick.
There's been a handful of slugfests before. Base hit, as that one's looped in, that's going to play a run, giving Crane the 2-1 lead. Here comes the throw. Here comes Jones, and that's going to make it now a 3-1 Pirate lead, thanks to the player in Connor Angel. Right fielder number 1, Logan Vaught.
That was a prime example of a freshman at shortstop. Makes a good play. He's playing in, but decides he's going to roll it up the play instead of coming home with it. And that's just a mistake. Hey, yeah, you don't want that to happen, but you learn from it in this game, and hopefully the next time you play, or the next time you're in this situation, you probably make a better decision. But
Bunts it sky high.
Nice
another
catch.
by the center field.
And a good play by the center fielder ends the inning. We head on to the bottom of the second inning. It is a 2-1 Pirate lead.
3-1.
3-1 Pirate lead. Brock Jones leads it off. Adam Smith, Brian Harmon, Clint Horn. We're basically like the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball crew.
Except they get paid a lot more than
They
we're
do.
getting tonight.
Yes. And they're in suits. We're in
Yes, they
shorts.
are.
They're all
Shorts and
they all
ball
three
caps.
get paid. Only one guy in this booth getting paid tonight. That's okay. Coach Horn's got that sweet admin money now.
1 ball, no strikes account to Brock Jones. I believe this guy's a freshman at the plate. I
Yeah,
believe.
he's a shortstop. Going to be a nice player. Made some really
Swinging
good
on
plays.
this.
Made some really good plays at shortstop tonight. Hadn't played a whole lot of short this year, but after the injury, he slid over there. You never know. He may have a job after tonight.
Who knows? And Coach Harmon, last year you had to start a bunch of your freshmen last year.
Really didn't have a choice. If I didn't start freshmen, we wouldn't have had enough to field the team. We had 9 freshmen last year, and I think 7 of them lettered and 6 of them played most of the time.
1 ball, 2 strikes account on Brock Jones. Evans, a senior on this Pirates team. And you know, in the second inning, after giving up strike 3 called as he was able to get that punch out, that was sending the batter in Jalen Cryer, the pitcher. Pitcher number 32, Jalen Cryer. Hartville coming out with a traditional National League lineup, with the pitcher hitting 9th in the lineup. I mean, typically, if you look at, say, like the Cardinal lineup, where they've moved players around before the designated hitter in the majors, where it's in both the National and the American League, they've moved players around. And so, guys, you've seen. Who do you think your favorite leadoff man would be if you were going to build your own St. Louis Cardinals lineup or MLB lineup?
In the history?
In history.
St. Louis Cardinal? Lou Brock.
Not that old, Adam. I never see him play.
I didn't see him play either, but I've heard stories. Vince Coleman was my favorite.
2-0 the count to
So he decided he had to
Cryer.
feed his kids and had to take a bigger contract with the Mets.
You know, this is gonna sound crazy, but I was a young kid and they were so good. But the Seattle Mariners, I really don't remember how good of a player he was, but Joey Cora was their leadoff hitter with Griffey and Buhner and those guys. So they were really my first love. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan, but when I was young, the Mariners were my team.
I'd have a few. I'd say mine's gonna be either Tony Womack in 04, David Eckstein, who was a good scrappy little player.
World Series MVP.
Yes, he was. And I don't remember who the leadoff man was in 2011, if I could remember. I think it was Ryan Terrio. Walk issued to or Cryer rather.
You will never see another David Eckstein in the MLB.
No, you will not.
That guy will never get another chance.
Center fielder number 7, Dakota Stigall.
They've got a body type they want. But how many major leaguers over the years have a different body type than what they want?
And with this year's Cardinals team, it's actually really special. You know, we got Pujols back in St. Louis. I think we've seen Lars Nootbaar, who's been leading off.
It's fun to watch.
Yes, he is. His name reminds me of a candy bar. I think we may have seen Brendan Donovan, who's also been leading off for the Cardinals. Tommy Edman. I wouldn't say Paul Goldschmidt because he's mostly the third man.
Carlson has a few times.
Dylan Carlson, yes, can't forget about him. Which last week I was actually at 2 Cardinal games. Last
Got to see
week,
2 good ones too.
yes, I did.
I'm going to go
Tommy
over on
Ed-
Sunday and get the bobblehead and hopefully see a Pujols home run.
Yes, please. I saw one on last Sunday against the Cubs, and then I saw Tommy Edman hit a walk-off double against the Nationals.
That's a big comeback.
And it was a huge comeback. One out here in the bottom of the second inning.
You know, they're really not playing very good baseball.
They're not right now.
It's kind of scary. They got hot, and we're getting to the end of September. It's about over, and you know, if they don't flip it here in the next week,
Yeah.
not loving our chances. Now, 2 weeks ago, I would have said we're going to win it all.
Yeah.
It can still happen.
It's been a struggle though.
3-0 the count, and he loses him, ball 4. So a walk is issued. Brings up Grant Culver to the plate. Left fielder number 15, Grant Culver. Culver walked his last plate appearance back in the first inning. So Crane a little bit has been able to not let Hartville bat around in the first inning like what Spokane did in the last game. And you could tell that is very key. You don't want your opponent to bat around.
If they bat around, that means absolute worst case, they're getting 3 runs. Absolute fewest they're getting. Gotta limit big innings.
Yes, you do. Nothing in one with 1 out here in the top or in the bottom of the second.
Neither team is just taking advantage of the opportunities they both had offensively. I think that's going to be the difference. Who's going to step up and get that one breakout inning where they put up 5 or 6 and break this thing wide open?
Big bases loaded hit to drive in 2 or 3.
Exactly. Hartville coming off that big 15-0 victory against Spokane in the last game. So with them playing Crane, do you think they may have settled down? You want them to score runs. You want them to tack on more runs, as they have scored 16 runs and they've only allowed 3 as of today. So how important is that if you have a big game where you score runs in bunches and then you want to score runs in your next game in tournaments?
Sometimes that's tough when you play 2 in one day and the first one you do score a lot of runs and the kids just assume it's going to continue and they don't necessarily have that same approach and preparation. Not saying that's what's going on with Hartville here, but teams I've had in the past, you got to refocus and get ready for game 2.
And Coach, I don't know how you feel. I hated playing back to back.
Strike 3.
If
So
I
you
was
get some
going to
looking.
play 2 in a day, I always wanted that game break. And obviously, with the travel up here, it's hard.
Catcher number 17, Colton Cogdill.
I never felt like my team played well in the second game. And not that you wouldn't have beat us anyways, but I always felt like we were playing you in the second game of that day. We just were never quite as good.
I agree, and I always feel like if you do have that break in between, I always felt like my teams played better the second game after they could
I agree.
shake off that first one, even if they had a big game.
1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Evans has been able to get himself out of jams in this game. And that is one thing, once again, you want your pitcher to do. So you want him to get out of jams. You pretty much want him to leave nothing on the field. It's basically the same thing like any sport. Football, you don't want to leave. You want to keep your opponent on the other side of the 50-yard line. In basketball, you want to limit, or you want to cause offense. You want to cause your offense to get fouls. If you're on defense, if you're on offense, you want to drive down to the court, shoot it. So it's very relatable to other sports with baseball and football and basketball, because baseball can get pretty competitive. Even though it's a little bit more of a slower paced sport, it is actually really competitive.
There's so many key moments in a baseball game that the people that aren't true baseball fans don't even realize some of those key moments.
3-0 as he loses him for a walk.
And you're not seeing either pitcher really step up here and take advantage. They just keep putting themselves in rough spots.
Catcher number 17, Colton Cogdill.
But at the same time, you got 2 young teams. And I can tell you this Hartville team is coming off of 2 conference losses last week. To go down to Gainesville on Thursday and lose in 9 innings, 5-4. Who was a Final Four team last year, and still really good. And they go over and play Mansfield, who I think they beat them like 4 times last summer. They have 5 errors in the game, just bad mistakes, and lose that one 6-2 or 6-3. And you're just kind of seeing the ups and downs. They come up in the first game here, win 15-0, and just playing a little sluggish again right now. But just typical early season ups and downs of a young team, and hope you have it figured out by May.
Definitely want to have it figured out by May. And so having fall baseball here in Missouri for you guys, even though we don't have the state playoffs here, you guys have your conference tournaments at the end of the fall, usually at the middle of October, I believe. So what kind of advantage does that have for these 2 teams that don't have football and can play baseball here in the fall?
Well, I know, speaking for Hartville, Coach Welsh right now is getting to figure out what his lineup's going to look like day 1. With summer ball and then actually playing roughly 20 games in the fall, he's going to have a pretty good idea what his pitching staff looks like, you know, where everybody's going to kind of play, barring injuries. And, you know, that's just so. That's just so big, especially when you're kind of a size school like us, where we could go to a Class 3 district that has football, and those schools don't get to do, you know, like the Fairgroves and the Stratfords, some great programs. But I always feel like early in the season, you know, a school like us, we may have a little more figured out. We still get beat because they're just better than us, but I definitely feel like we're a little more prepared going into the spring.
Of course, and with those teams, you know, you don't have to you could also add in maybe like Springfield Catholic, that's a school who could go be Class 3 or Class 4 as well. And maybe even New Covenant Academy in Springfield, because there's a couple schools in Springfield who could be Class 3 or Class, or like a low-end Class 4. So when you play those schools that are a much bigger class than you guys, that definitely gives you guys a more of a challenge. First baseman number 8, Peyton Cogdill. So after Coach Stump came out to talk things over with Blake Evans, he already walked in a run as Hartville was able to trim it down to 3-2.
Big spot right here for both teams. Momentum getter either way. If Hartville gets a hit here and takes the lead, it helps their momentum and their confidence. And if Evans gets out of this, same thing happens for Crane.
Same thing does happen for Crane. And so with that, with that game, with those games that you guys play at US Ballpark there in Ozark at the beginning of the fall, is that sort of like a tournament that you guys are in, or is it like a kickoff to the fall season?
Yeah, just individual games, match up with opponents, and just a lot of times see teams you don't see otherwise. They come from other parts of the state, and baseball can get tough sometimes in the fall. There's not as many schools play, and you have to play the same teams over and over. It's nice to see those different teams.
Oh yeah, and you also get to see teams, and we'll tie it up again as the ball gets away, goes all the way to the shortstop, and so you even see teams from out of state as well, Silo, Oklahoma, which I don't know if you guys have played schools from Oklahoma, but they play with state in the fall.
We used to come over here. I forget what that school's name was. Cheyenne, Oklahoma. And we would play doubleheader with Crane and them. But this is why Hartville likes coming to this tournament. It's an hour and 40-minute drive, but we are getting to see. You know, we don't play Spokane in the regular season. And we don't play Crane in the regular season. We match up in tournaments a lot, but it's just good to see new people in the fall. Like Coach said, there's just not many teams.
Ball hit the other way to right field. That's going to get out of the inning. So it's a fly out, or no, a line out to the right fielder. That will in this game, or in this inning, send this game to the top of the third inning. We're cruising right along. It is a 3-3 tie between Hartville and Crane. Jake Murray leads it off for the Crane Pirates here in the bottom or in the top of the third inning. Murray grounded out to the second baseman in his last plate appearance. Pitch 1-0 now, 2-0 the count to Jake Murray. I was joined by Coach Brian Harmon and former head coach Clint Horn of both respectively Hartville and Crane. 2 balls and no strikes account to Jake Murray. The pitch downstairs and away, and it's going to be a walk issue to Murray. That will send in Blake Evans to the plate. Pitcher number 23, Blake Evans. Evans will dig into the right side batter's box here in the top of the third inning. Coming close to about the middle stages of the ball game. The pitch, swing and a fly ball. This is going to go foul. And it's quickly down 0-1. One on, nobody out for Evans. The 0-1, swinging another foul ball. Nothing in 2 the count to Evans. Senior for these Pirates. The pitch to him. Swing, and that's going to be a little blooper. That's going to get down in for a base hit. This is going to have runners at first and second base for Big Lane Howard. Third baseman, number 30, Lane Howard. So after the Evans single, Howard will be able to get on base after he had a leadoff double all the way to the fence. The first pitch is going to be outside, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. He was looking for that really good pitch to drive. He's had 1 home run on the day today. Next pitch is 2 balls and 1 strike to Howard. Pitch right down the middle. Three and 1. Next pitch. A walk is going to be issued for these Pirates, and that will put their bases loaded for Seth Malstead. Center fielder number 28, Seth Malstead. Malstead coming in. He's walked his last plate appearance back in the second inning of play. We're going to have a courtesy pinch runner for Howard. Or rather for Evans. I believe that was Caleb Vaught who came in to pinch run. The pitch to him outside. There as Cogdill was able to keep it to not go as far. 3-3 tie between Hartville and Crane here in the top of the third inning of play in game 2 of this Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament. Crane once again stays on the field, takes on Spokane in the last game. If Crane wins this one and wins against Spokane, they're the all-round 1 seed. So for each team to win the pool play, or for teams to win pool play every team in the pool wins a game, then there will be a tiebreaker determining on how close the game is. It'll also be determined which team scores the most runs. So it has happened. 2-2, swing and a miss as Malstead's down on strikes. Sends up Joey Thompson to the plate. Second baseman number 33, Joey Thompson. Thompson, the batter, digs in with 1 out here in the inning with bases loaded. In a crucial time for these Pirates. Thompson's batting from the right side. He wiggles the bat up and down, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. He's been on base once already with a walk. That was back in the second inning of play. That's when the Pirates brought in 1-2. Thompson flies out. Sends up Parker Jones to the plate. Shortstop number 17, Parker Jones. First pitch to Jones is inside, strike 1. Jones was hit by a pitch his last plate appearance. The pitch, swing, and hit off the end of the bat. That is going to go foul. 0-1 the count to Parker Jones. So 0-2 the count on Jones. The 0-2 swing, and that's going to be hit foul once again. Jones putting up a good battle here against Cryer on the mound. The pitch from Cryer swung on in a pop fly, foul territory. The catcher in Cogdill has it for out number 3. That ends the top half of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. 3-3 tie between Crane and Hartville. Welcome back to Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium in downtown Crane, Missouri. This is between the Hartville Eagles and the Crane Pirates. The game is tied currently at 3-3. Gavin Stigall is at the plate. Leading off the bottom of the third inning for Hartville, designated hitter number 35, Gavin Stigall. Gavin Stigall is the batter for the Eagles from Hartville. Behind 0-1. Pitch, swing, and a miss, and it's 0-2. So after this game is concluded, Crane will stay on the field and take on Spokane. If they win tonight, then we will go, and then Crane will play tomorrow night. Swing and a ball in the dirt. Throw on to first base is away, and he's going to head to second base. He reaches on the strikeout. Threw it all the way right down the line. So there's nobody out. Sends up Evan McDarris to the plate. Second baseman number 27, Evan McDarris. Ethan McDarris. Reached third on a throwing error by the catcher. Reached second, rather, on the throwing error, trying to get him out at first base. On ball, no strikes account to Ethan McDarris. He struck out looking his last plate appearance. That was back in the bottom. That was back in the bottom of the first. Swung on. Fly ball is going to be out number 1, and the runner moves to third base. So that will send in the batter in Brock Jones. Shortstop number 22, Brock Jones. Jones struck out looking his last plate appearance in the second inning of play. Already have one out here in the inning. Stigall reached for third on an error. That was recorded by a strikeout. Pitch. Three and 0 the count now to Brock Jones. Jones still the batter for Hartville. Here in the bottom of the third. So after this game, Crane will stay on their field, and they will take on Spokane in their next game. Next batter, pitcher number 32, Jalen Cryer. Pryor walked his last plate appearance back in the second inning of play. Runner goes. Evans has to go off the bag, and he's back in safely. We might see a walk-off in this game. Or that is if the Pirates can score. They want to eliminate the walk-off as they are the visiting team in this ball game. They will be the home team in this ball game against Spokane. Hartville about an hour and 40 minutes away from Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium. 1-0 the count. The pitch, swing, and a foul back. And it's 1-1. Pryor, your ninth man in the lineup. Runners are at second and third with one out. Lights have come on. Sun is setting here in downtown Crane. Strike, says the home plate umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2, 1 out. The pitch. Downstairs and away. That's going to play to run. The throw. Safe. And Hartville retakes the lead, and it's 4-3 Eagles. That will send in the batter in Dakota Stigall to the plate. Center fielder number 7, Dakota Stigall. Correction, Jalen Pryor still at the plate for Hartville. They played a run, 4-3 Hartville. Here in the bottom of the third inning. So my mistake. Stigall's your man on deck. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. As that makes it 2 away, and that sends in Dakota. Now that sends in Dakota Stigall to the plate. Center fielder number 7, Dakota Stigall. Stigall is now batted in every single inning of this ball game. He singled and walked his last 2 plate appearances. Pitch outside, strike 1, says the home plate umpire. Umpire has favored that outside pitch on lefties and favored the inside pitch on righties. The 0-1, ball bounces away. They're not going to throw back. They're going to just throw it back to Evans, and that's going to score a run. And it's now 5-3 Hartville. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Stigall. Two and 1 to count to, once again, to Stigall. Next pitch is now 3-1. On Dakota Stigall. Let's see if Evans can get him to either pop out, fly out, ground out, or even strike out. He loses him on the walk. That will send up the batter in Grant Colbert to the plate. Left fielder number 15, Grant Colbert. infield meeting between Culver and between the umpire or the infield and Blake Evans. Culver walked and struck out looking his last 2 plate appearances, so he's now batted in 3 in each inning that this ball game has played or has been played through. 2 away here in the inning. 5-3 our score between Hartville and Crane. Hartville does have the lead. The pitch. Runner goes. There goes the throw to second base. And the ball gets away and moves into about shortstop. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Don't want to lose him. They're on the count still. Outside, and it's going to be 1. We're now 2-0. Pitch outside, and that makes it now 3 balls, no strikes. There to Grant Culver with a runner on second. Evans wanting to get out of this inning with the damage being at a minimum. Hartville's already scored 2 upstairs, and now that's 3 balls and no strikes. Let's see if Culver can put this game out of reach. The pitch outside corner, or outside and up, and that's going to be ball 4, and that will send in the batter now, and Gus Sinning to the plate. Third baseman number 25, Gus Sinning. Sinning had a pair of walks his last 2 plate appearances in the first and second innings of play, so he doesn't have an official at bat. Crane's only had just 2 outs. One of them a strikeout, another one a fly out. One of them was a strikeout in the dirt and was caused by an error. Next pitch. Ball goes into center field. This is going to move the runners now to second and third. It looks like that's going to be plating a run now. It's going to be a runner at third. 0-1 the count. You don't want this game to get You don't want this game to get lopsided early. 0-1 the count between Evans and Sinning. Sinning playing third base tonight for Hartville. Evans your man on the mound. Swinging a little tapper foul. And he's now in the hole 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count. 2 outs for Gus sitting at the plate. Once again, he's had a pair of walks. If he can get a ball in the outfield, this could be a tie ball game. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, as that is the third inning. But the damage has been done. We head on to the top of the fourth inning. It is a 6-3 Hartville lead. Jeffrey Bain leads it off for the Pirates here in the top of the fourth inning. He's been on base with a walk so far. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 the count to Jeffrey Bain. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Bain. The 1-2 swung on and foul right to the Pirate dugout. Keeps it at 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch swung on. This is going to be a line out right to the second baseman. Sends up the batter in Connor Angel. Left fielder number 12, Connor Angel. Angel singled his last plate appearance. That was back in the second inning of play. The 2-2 little chopper. He's gonna beat it out. Angel's gonna beat it out. As it's a fair ball. This is gonna be an infield single. That will reset the lineup for Logan Vaught. Right fielder number 1, Logan Vaught. Logan Vaught, the batter, here in the top of the 4th inning. Pirates starting to make some noise as that one is hit foul. Looks like to the train tracks. 0-1 the count to Logan Vaught. 0-1. 1 out, man on first. That is Connor Angel. 2 singles on the day today for Angel. Makes it now 0-2. And 2. Still on Logan Vaught. One out here in the inning for Vaught. Man now on second. Once this Pirates team can get hot, they can get exciting. One, 2 to Vaught. Swung on, hit the other way, right to the shortstop. Shortstop can't even find the ball, and Vaught's going to be on with an error. E6 on your scorebooks. That brings up Jake Murray to the plate. First baseman, number 21, Jake Murray. Murray so far has grounded out and walked his last 2 plate appearances. Strikes as the home plate umpire. It is 0-1. Runners are at first and second with 1 out. Pirates are being aggressive here in the 4th, swinging a fly ball. That looks like it's going to be in the parking lot. 0-1 the count to Jake Murray. We're now 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes account to Jake Murray. Swings, and that is going to be a double play there by Jake Murray. Stepped on the bag. They didn't have nowhere to go as we head on to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 6-4 in favor of Hartville. Colton Cogdill leads it off for the Hartville Eagles here in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. Hartville has a 6-3 lead. As we'll get things kicked off here in the bottom of the 4th. Hartville has a, once again, 6-3 lead over the Pirates from Crane. The first pitch to him is a ball 1-0. Cogdill struck out swinging and walked his last 2 plate appearances. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled right to his brother and Peyton Cogdill. Hartville in their 3 innings have sent 7 men to the plate. In Crane's innings, they went 1, 2, 3 in the first, sent 1, 2, 3, 7 in the second, as Cogdill will be walked, and that will send in the batter in Peyton Cogdill. First baseman number 8, Peyton Cogdill. Cogdill had a sacrifice fly that got Hartville on the board and flew out his last 2 plate appearances. I believe these 2 have to be brothers since they share the last name. Runner goes. There goes the throw down to second, and it's going to be not in time. Ball, no strikes, the count to Peyton Cogdill. Three and 2 to count, or 2-0 to count rather. That makes it now 3-0. Walk is issued there for Cogdill. Sends up Gavin Stigall to the plate. Designated hitter number 35, Gavin Stigall. Gavin Stigall digs in. He struck out swinging his last plate appearance and walked back in the first. First pitch he sees is going to be a strike, 0-1. Nothing in 1 the count to 1 ball, 1 strike the count actually to Gavin Stigall. Checked his swing in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Lead new catcher for Crane looks like is Wyatt Mullins. Crane has a new pitcher. I believe it's Logan Vaught. No, actually, it's Cohen Cloyd is the new pitcher for Crane. He comes in relief for for Blake Evans. Three balls and one strike. The pitch, swing and a miss as he makes it now 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to make the count run full. After this game is concluded, we will have one more ball game. That will be Crane taking on Spokane here in this Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament. As a walk is issued, sends in Ethan McDarris to the plate. Second baseman number 27, Ethan McDarris. Ethan McDarris digs in. He flew out and struck out his last 2 plate appearances. After this game, Spokane will take on, or Crane will greet Spokane back on the field. That will be the 3rd and final game of this game, which will start 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. They do have a 2-hour time frame, I believe, in the Crane Fall Wood Bat Tournament. And who knows, we might be, Ozark Sports Report might be calling some football on Friday night. If it is, we'll be at the Clever Stratford game. That's in Greene County, right off of I-44. 2 exits down from Highway 65. That is going to be at mile marker 88. That's if so, we'll be. If so, we would love to see some football between Clever and Stratford. That's a conference rivalry in the Mid Lakes. Clever, who used to have fall baseball for about a few years, and now they've had football for a few years. So that's always fun to do. It's a jam-packed fall for fall sports. Big schools playing softball here in Missouri, along with volleyball, football, fall baseball, junior high basketball, which we only do fall high school sports here on the Ozark Sports Report YouTube channel and Facebook pages and Twitter, all that stuff found right on our social media pages on Ozark Sports Report. We want to deliver the Ozarks some of the best high school coverage that we can, whether it's in the Show Me State, whether it comes from the Natural State. We'll do our best to get it out to you guys. Once again, high school fall football will be into week 4. As that means they'll be nearing the halfway mark of the fall football season. A fly ball, center field, who's going to get it? The left fielder will have it, that's Logan, or right fielder has it for Logan, that's Logan Vaught. But a run scores makes it now 7-3 Hartville. Pardon me, that was a foul ball. So McDarris is back on the plate, or back at the plate. 1 out here in the inning. Currently here in the top of the 4th inning of play. Pirates scored 1 run Pirates scored their 3 runs in the 2nd inning. Hartville has scored their runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd innings of play. Still 6-3 in favor of Hartville as they face Crane here. After this, we will see Spokane take on Crane. Those are two conference rivals in the SWCL. Hartville's in the Summit League. Those are teams east of Springfield. And and both those two conferences play fall baseball. And as you heard Coach Clint Horn say, that they are going to be going back down to Class 2. No words or no plans for Hartville or Crane to get football. SWCL has seen three schools leave over the past, say about 10 or 15, actually about 5 to 15 years. Fly ball, center field. Who's going to get it? The center fielder, Malstead, will take it for out number 2. And that brings in the batter in Brock Jones to the plate. Shortstop number 22, Brock Jones. Brock Jones, the batter for Hartville. The pitch. Way inside, and it is 1-0. Cloyd is your new pitcher for Crane. That's Cohen Cloyd, as Crane has had to go to their bullpen in between innings, taking Evans out, giving up 6 runs. Run does score. Had to go back to second base, a base running miscue, as there was a runner on third. I believe that was Gavin Stigall. Stigall came from second to third. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was Cogdill. It was either Cogdill or Stigall who came all the way to who came to third or came to second. My belief is that was Stigall who came from second to third. 2 balls and no strikes account to Brock Jones. Cryer waits on deck. And you have this. So the new feature that we have here is a new streamer, and it's kind of gives you that fisheye look, because you can see actually the entire infield. You can actually see the 2 poles along the first and third base sides of the diamond here at Crane. You can also see the Hartville fans just chilling out, watching the ball game, the same as the Crane fans. You can see more of the Hartville fans enjoying the game as well, enjoying themselves on this Wednesday evening there, as Jones will draw a walk, and they'll send in the batter in Jalen Cryer to the plate. Pitcher number 32, Jalen Cryer. Cryer, the batter, digging in, batting from the left side. Two away here in the bottom of the 4th. 7-3 our score in favor of Hartville. Hartville they want to end this game early. They want to and make it a run rule. They're going to have to score at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs in order for that to be a run rule, or just run out of time. As we know, there is a time limit in this tournament. That one's going to be hit foul. Pirates and Eagles has been a pretty long rivalry between the 2 schools, even though the schools are not that close to each other. Hartville once again is east of Springfield. Set between 60 and 44, that's going to be a base hit. That's going to plate 1 run. Here comes another, and that's going to make it now a 9-3 Hartville lead here in the bottom of the 4th. 3 runs have already come across, thanks to the Jalen Cryer 2-run single. Sends in the batter in Dakota Stigall to the plate. center fielder number 7, Dakota Stigall. So thanks to the 2-run single by Stigall, by Cryer. Stigall will be your man at the plate. Digs in, and a run. No, they're going to get him out, and that is how the bottom of the 4th inning will come to a close. But 3 runs have already come across the diamond. We head on to the top of the 5th inning. It is 9-3 in favor of Hartville.